Hi, it's Terry here. I'm going to the dermatologist again tomorrow for my 6-month skin check. He always finds something to biopsy with a needle punch, something to remove with a scalpel, something to spray with liquid nitrogen to freeze it. Always something is found. The best outcomes are when the spray is enough to help something fall off, like a dried scab. Or when a biopsy comes back and says, nope, no cancer here. Or when it comes back and says, yep, you got some basal here. Or maybe some squamous, but no malignant melanoma. That's happened more often than not. I've had some malignant melanoma, but it's been easily removed. And nothing has metastasized. So I go every 6 months, and I let him do his thing, and I deal with it. I've been reading a book on Kindle the past few weeks, slowly reading it. It's a book about grieving. I am grieving my husband's passage. I'm grieving the acceptance of skin cancer and multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease and complicated grief with anxiety. And I'm taking medication for some of those, and I'm not taking medication for others. But I am reading. I read online, but more often I read books that come with some qualified recommendations. The book I'm reading currently is written by a hospice nurse, and she has dealt with families who are dealing with grieving for almost 2 decades, I think. I like her writing style. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's personal. She tells of her own grief in losing her young husband. I've been grieving Rick now for 8.5 years. And some would say, that's too long, you're really stuck in your grief. And I am stuck in my grief. It is a complicated grief. It is a grief that began with the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis following the death of both of my parents. All of that happening within the same decade. And the loss of my teaching career, which I had spent many decades gaining. I miss teaching a great deal. I miss Rick much more. And I am still grieving. And so, yes, I try to stay up with recent theories on grieving. I read about them. I think about them. I don't talk very much about them. But the book I'm reading this past week, written by the hospice nurse, just had a short paragraph that said, grief is exhausting, and it is. So is multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's, but that's beside the point. She said, you need to find kindness. Giving kindness is one way to find kindness, but you need to find kindness from yourself to yourself. And I thought about, what is it that makes me anxious? What is it that I worry about? And the answer decades ago would have been so different than the answers today. The answers then might have been finances, health of parents, strength of children and husband and myself. Today, what I'm anxious about is promises I haven't kept. Promises that I thought I could keep easily. But the effects of multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's and complicated grief and anxiety, etc., have changed my abilities. And what's weighing most heavily on me right now is my promise to fix someone's grandmother's ancient quilt that's beginning to deteriorate at the fabric level, or add buttons or a zipper to a piece of clothing that someone made for a loved one and hasn't been able to finish on her own and asked my help. Of course I said yes. Of course I said, I can do that. I can put a zipper in that. I can patch those little pieces of fabric that are wearing out. Maybe use some fusible tape on the back of them. Maybe find a scrap in my own scrap baskets that will match the fabric that's deteriorating. I can do that. And yet I haven't done that. There's one article that has been sitting here for more than 6 months waiting for me to pay attention to it. Another for at least another 4 months that's been waiting patiently for me to attend to it. Another I just received a month or so ago that I said I would help another quilter fix for this person, teaching someone else to carry on these skills of repairing or finishing items. I really thought I could do that. Once I could do that. No, I'm not getting that done. So I think it is time for me to say, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. It's not something I can do. And I'm going to start trying very hard to be more honest with people by telling them, yes, once I could do that, but now I can't. So wish me luck. I'm going to try that this week. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know later. I wish you well. Stay cool in all of this heat. And be kind to yourself. And be kind to others. That's the best way to find kindness for yourself. Bye for now. I'll be back. Bye-bye.